Hey guys, this is just Laura, about to give you a quick voiceover just to say that I'm not an expert. This is not a how to break your 3-year-old in vlog at all. This is just my journey with Breeze. He's just one horse. As we all know, horses are completely individual and they may need longer or they may need to be doing slightly different things in a different order to what I was able to do with Breeze. So yeah, this will work with every horse vlog. This is just how I have broken in Breeze for part 1. So when I first introduce lunging to a young horse, I normally lunge off the rope halter rather than having the lunge rein onto the bit, just in case he runs off and gets a fright. I also had the training aid connected to some baling twine, just in the event of him having a fright or anything happening, it would snap, therefore releasing all pressure from his head. So yes, safety first, guys. So there is a wide debate out there whether you should or shouldn't use a training aid, and there's a lot of arguments out there, but I have used it here very loosely. So I used a John Whittaker training aid just to introduce the idea to Breeze of having a contact, a nice elastic one. Moving on now to mounting block practice. So this was something I would introduce with him after his lunging or long reining. So it's just all about learning manners at the mounting block, and that I would always repeat whatever happened on the left side with the right side so that you don't end up with a one-sided horse. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just asking him to wait at the block while I lean over and I hit the saddle and I jump up and down like a mad woman and I flap around, make some weird noises, lots of movement over his saddle. As you can see, he's reaching around there to be like, "Away mum, on you get." But yeah, he was just really good. It's just all about slowly desensitizing them to any movements that may happen later on when you want to climb on board. Yeah, as you can see, he's so relaxed, he's resting a leg, and that's when I knew we were ready for the next little step. We also did some lunging in wide open spaces just to check I had some control. In this short clip here you can see us long reining. So we were using the woodland tracks to long rein around, and we would either do some lunging or some long reining around the woods and in the fields ahead of mounting block practice, where I would lean over and then eventually feel brave enough to sit on them when me and Breeze felt ready. You can see here that I look like an absolute crazy person. You know, I'm jumping up and down on the mountain block, I'm leaning over, I'm moving his saddle and everything else, and just making a lot of noise and a lot of movement so that when I'm on him, he'll be more used to it. This evening where we worked him was the night where I sat on him properly for the first ever time, and I actually rode him around the yard with Mum leading us on the lead rein, and it was just absolutely incredible. I hadn't planned to get on him this night, it was just more of a natural feeling that I had from Breeze, and it just seemed like he was ready for it, so we went for it basically. He was not phased at all in the slightest. I was absolutely over the moon. Felt on top of the world. Oh, what an absolute superstar. That was our first ever ride, and what a legend he was. We were over the moon. What a good boy, Breeze. So after our first ride, we just kept up our lunging and long reining because it's just so useful for any horse of any age, especially the long reining, just to help with him learning his left and right, alongside my voice commands for them, so that when I was next going to ride him, he would have more understanding of what I was asking him. This was our first ever time in an arena, so this is my friend's arena. I'm incredibly lucky to be able to use it. And yeah, we just wanted a more enclosed area to be able to work up to going off the lead rein. As you can see, we had Mum to lead us around just to get him used to the arena, but I think on this morning we went on the lead rein for quite a while, and then we tried a little bit of off lead rein. Then we realised that we need to do more long reining because our lefts and rights were just not there enough to be able to ride for long periods of time off the lead rein. But he was super as always, bless him. So here you're about to see some GoPro footage of our first lead rein ride around the woods. We had Mum leading us, so we just thought, once I'm on, let's have a quick walk around the yard and just check he seems happy enough with me on before we went out. And yeah, as you can see, he was not fazed at all, so we just went out for a nice walk. So I will leave you to enjoy our first ever lead rein hack. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this, whether it was informative or entertaining or just a bit random for you to watch. Yeah, please just remember, I'm not an expert. This is not a how-to vlog, but this is just something I was wanting to do so that in years to come, I've got evidence of how we did it.